Okay, what we're going to do now is run through some exercises on drawing. So you pick up your HB pencil, and your first little drawing that you're going to do is you're going to draw a hand. You're not going to think about your hand, you're not going to look at the hand, you're just out of your head, you're going to draw a hand. I'll show you, like this. 5 fingers. That is what I wanted you to do. So when you look at this hand, does it actually look like a hand? Yes, no, sort of. We call this a stereotype. This is what your brain has in its head about hand. When you say hand, that's what it goes to. That's your go-to for hand. Okay? But when you actually look at your hand, there's a whole lot of detail that we need here with all those lines that we were practicing doing that is going to describe this hand more realistically. So the next set of exercises are for you to get in tune with looking at what is real. So what you're going to do now, you're going to look at your hand and you're going to draw your hand, but you're not going to lift your pencil from your page. Okay, so you're going to start. You're going to have to take some time and look at the lines in your hands. You're just going to do outlines, but you're not lifting your hand off of your pencil off of your page. Once you've lifted your pencil off the page, you've broken the connection in your brain and you stop. So we're going to start. It shouldn't take you too long. You want to try and describe as best you can with line. Remember, sensitive lines, hard, confident lines. I'm not lifting my pencil. I'm going in where I can see the creases. I'm coming out. I'm going back round to do my outlines. Shifted a little bit there. Okay. These exercises are to free your controlling brain, to try and be a little bit more in tune with what it is you're looking at and how you can describe it with different lines on your page. We are exploring mark making. Okay, I've missed some on that one finger. I'm not sure how I'm going to get back there, but never mind. Maybe I don't have to. Maybe the lines I'm doing are creative and sensitive enough. Then I've come to the end and I stop. So that is what your hand should look like, more or less, but not lifting your pencil. The next exercise we're going to do is we're going to draw your hand with your left hand. So if you are a right-hander, you need to put your pencil in your other hand. It's going to feel very awkward because you are not used to drawing with your opposite hand. The messages go from your brain to your drawing hand, and you don't really think about too much what you're looking at. So to draw with your other hand, we want to bypass that control, and you usually find for beginner drawers that if you are a quite tight controlled drawer, drawing with your left hand is a good option to free you up. Just outlines again. Okay, you can lift your pencil if you want to. I've started by not. Sometimes it's just easier. Okay. And you're going to go and you're going to describe all those lines through your pencil. You will also find with drawing with your other hand you're quite sensitive, but you don't want to push hard, you don't want to be confident, you don't have so much control over your other hand, which in some ways is good because you can avoid getting that strong, hard stereotype, because you have to trust your eyes, you have to trust what you're seeing. And you can see immediately that my fingers up there The lines describing them tell me so much more about my hand, my actual hand, than that first drawing of that stereotype hand. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on it. We've got the hand, then I'm going to stop. Yeah, there's my left-handed drawing. The next one we're going to do is, you're not going to look at your picture. So if you're sitting at a table, you must turn your body so that you are facing the other way. And my hand, what I'm going to draw, is going to go out of the camera, but it's going to sit next to me, and I'm just going to be drawing here. So you can lift your pencil off the page, but you are not looking at your page. You are looking at the hand, which is out to the side. And when you're ready, you can start. This is going to be a bit strange being on the camera for once. And you're going to keep looking at your hand, trusting your right hand is doing what it should, and you're going to draw. If you need to go up and do the wiggles on the inside, then you just, they call this a blind contour drawing, because you can't see what you're doing when you're trying to go around all the contours. I think I've gone off my page, but that's alright, we'll draw on the background paper. And when you think you've got your details in, you stop. Right, I did go off, but there we go. Look how exciting some of these lines are in describing what you're looking at. So what we're going to do now, after running through all those exercises, you're going to look properly again at your other hand, and you're going to spend a bit of time, and you're just going to do an outline drawing. You can lift your pencil, you can look at your page of your hand. Okay? You should be nicely warmed up and freed up a little bit, remembering everything that we've done on those descriptive lines. You'll notice also I haven't really used a rubber. I don't really want you to use a rubber unless you need to draw. So usually if you keep rubbing out and rubbing out and rubbing out, you usually rub out the lines that you're just going to draw again incorrect. So if you can avoid using a rubber, it would be better. If you have made a terrible mistake, try and correct it and then rub out your bad line. Or just leave it, draw over it. We're just doing outlines. We're not going to go in and shade yet. Shading and tone and value and volume is going to be in a later video. Just dealing with lines and what they can do and how we can use our pencils. Ran out a bit of a space here for my palm. This line feels a bit wonky. What we really want is an outlined line drawing of your hand with sensitive, thoughtful mark makings. Okay? When you find you're going over and over the same line again, it's probably a good idea to stop. I'm nearly at that point of, I think I've got enough information here. I'm not going to shade it, and I'm just going to stop there.